Well, Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Ariel Tzadok here from the KosherTorah School. Looking both ways, hoping and praying that everything in our video recording here is going to go well. Last week, it was actually 2 weeks ago, last week we were away for Thanksgiving, we tried to begin our class, and all of a sudden, now I'm on my cell phone now. I've given up on my computer, and my cell phone died. So go figure that one out. I mean, we always have weird things that happen with our technology here. I should try some of my Kabbalistic magic here. Let me share with you something funny today. Just to time date us now, it's the 8th of December, 2019. And I am right now, it's the season, and I'm uploading to YouTube and Facebook my classes entitled An Orthodox Rabbi Reads the Christian Bible. It is my teaching the Christian Gospel of Matthew to show the original Judaic teachings therein and pretty much explain why Jews aren't Christians now or ever. But anyway, this is already on my website, so I just wanted to put it up here in the social media. So I have to transfer the MP3 audio file into an MP4 video file. So I just have to add like a picture and, put it through the process. So I did that. It's not a problem. And in lesson 3 today, I did that. And I created an MP4 and tested it out here on my computer. It sounds fine. But 3 times now, I uploaded it to YouTube. And each and every time, the audio is garbled. And what's really weird is that the lesson is 1 hour and 2 minutes. And yet the version that gets uploaded to YouTube is 1 hour 17 minutes. I have no idea what's going on. I downloaded the YouTube version, and it's not the version that I uploaded to YouTube. I have no idea what's going on. My computer wisdom and knowledge here has stumped me. So I have lesson now. I have lesson 1 up there from a long time ago. Lesson 2 I put up there today, but lesson 3 times I put it up. And I thought maybe it was my connectivity, but everything else seems to be working. It's that one. I have no idea what's going on. Again, it's not in my original audio. It is not in the MP4 problem. They're both fine. But when I try to get it on the YouTube, don't tell me they are not watching. That's the only excuse. The only thing that makes sense. But anyway, so that is what's going on. As you know, it is here in the Western world the Christmas season, and it is at this time we always have curious things that happen. And I actually had a curious thing happen today. Now remember, today is Sunday here. For those of you listening to this recording, you should know that Sunday here in the United States, we normally do not have mail delivery from the United States Postal Service. But somehow, somewhere, they've changed that. So I had a couple of things being delivered today. About 9 o'clock in the morning, the mailman shows up at the front door and knocks on the door and rings the bell. What was that all about? I mean, there's nothing that I needed to sign or something. So, of course, courteously opened the door. Can I help you? And he looks at my name. And he goes, tell me, is that name Greek or Russian or something like that? No, it's Hebrew. And he goes, oh, it's Hebrew. Yeah. And I was actually wearing my my North Face, little cap, which, was cold in the morning. He says, is that your skull cap? And I look at it, I said, no, it's North Face. And he goes, oh, okay. And, walks away. So he was sniffing around. Now, a couple hours later, apparently I had another package to come. And this time he comes back, rings the doorbell a second time, and he says to me, okay. He says, what's with your name? Who are you? All right, so I said to him, I'm an ordained clergyman. And I see my friend Renee just joined in the class. Actually, I was on the phone with him when this all happened. He was there listening to this. And the guy was asking me, well, do you believe in Christ? And, in all due respect, we all believe in Christ. The question is what we believe about the Christ. So he says to me, do you believe Jesus is the Savior? And I said, but of course, Jesus is the Savior for Christians. And he says, and I said to him then, but the Word of God is the redemption for all humanity. And he goes, oh, yeah. Now, do you understand what I just said? Do you understand? The Word of God is the redemption for all humanity. Many of you might say, no. That's Christian. Okay, let me put it to you then in Hebrew. The Torah brings Geulah to the world. How's that? Torah, Word of God, redemption, Geulah. That's a concept everybody in the Torah world agrees on. Why am I telling you this story? Devar be'ito, as we say, everything in its time and its place. And we are right now at a time in which the Christian holidays are important to them. And you know something? I encourage that. When this gentleman, the mailman, comes to me and he says to me, Merry Christmas, you betcha I shake his hand and I say Merry Christmas right back to him. But I don't believe in Christmas. So what? He does. And if it helps make him a better human being, then you know something? I'm all for it. You see, this is the major difference between Judaism and Christianity. Christianity, all of you come from a Christian background, know, is based upon your faith, what you believe. In Judaism, our foundation is on what you do. I always tell people in counseling, I don't care about all the stuff going on up inside. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you think. I only care about what you do. So you might think that the other person is the biggest so-and-so, whatever in the world. I don't care. You still treat that other person with respect. And in this case, like I said, Devar be'ito, everything in its time. This simple, honest, hardworking mailman comes to me, and I want to build bridges. I certainly want to avoid anti-Semitism. I am not going to be disrespectful to this individual and his faith. He doesn't know any better. This is his world. We should respect each other's worlds. 2,000 years ago, Jews had a problem with this. 1,000 years ago, Christians had a problem with this. And in our day and age, our brothers in Islam have a problem with this. Religious fundamentalism, fanaticism, in my opinion, is always bad and wrong. Remember the famous pasuk in Psalms, Hine matov u'mana'im shevet ahim gam yahad. Behold how good and pleasant it is for brothers to dwell in unity. And don't go wagging your finger, well, they're not our brothers. You know what? We're all sentient souls. I won't even use the word human beings because we transcend being human. When we refer to Adamic souls, we are not referring to human beings. We're referring to Adamic souls. You think Adam means human. Call it sentience, sentient life forms. Because there are sentient life forms which are not in Homo sapien bodies. Many of you know my Wonder Dog Tex. Oh, I know the soul in him. And I treat him as any other sentient being. You might say like a human being. He gets treated sometimes like a human being, sometimes better, hopefully not worse. We have a rule in the house here. Ellie knows this. And well, whenever there's a bug, right, a spider or some other kind of bug, right, she goes in, typical, and she doesn't hit it. She doesn't stump it. Calls me in, says, get a tissue. Let's take it, get it out of the house. Yeah, little simple things like that. When we want to talk about Kiddusha, holiness, holiness is not a concept in your head. It's what you do. It's showing respect to the mailman. It's taking care of the dog. It's protecting the little spider who didn't come into your house with the intent to gross you out, freak you out, or in any ways to do you harm. You're going to think with the concept of showing respect to a spider? God does. You say you want to be like God? Then why don't you? Yeah. You know, if and when there is something that is a danger, and the danger therefore has to be removed. So if you have a poisonous snake in your house or something like that, or a bad guy comes and breaks into your house, right? I don't want to, talk about violence or breaking laws and stuff like that, but if you or any of your family are in danger, you know what to do. It's not call 911 either. You call 911 after the danger is removed. And you know what I mean without me having to say it. So anyway, when we talk about Kedusha, holiness, holiness is the Sulam Aliyah, the ladder of ascent. Recent Torah portion we read about Jacob, and he saw the angels going up and down. Angels are messengers. What's the message? Right? This isn't a telephone system. They're not delivery boys. This is not heavenlyamazon.com bringing you your heavenly package. No. It is energy. Everything is energy. And energy travels, like we learn from the laws of physics itself, in accordance to its own laws and directions. Kiddusha is an energy. It is an energy which we calibrate into, and we charge, and we make stronger, or we dissipate and make weaker. You want to connect to heaven? Well, our purpose here on earth is not to rise up to heaven. Our job, of course, is to bring heaven down to earth. If you think this whole world stinks, everything here is bad, it's lousy, physical world, physical desires, physical feelings, physical emotions, physical this, physical that, well, why are you here? Number one, every soul that is on earth chooses to come here. We're here for a purpose. We are here because we choose to be so in the previous life and prior to earth life. And we are here to accomplish a mission. This is school. Your mission, should you decide to accept it, remember good old Mission Impossible, right? Is to fulfill your destiny and duty here on earth. And what is that? Don't ask me. You're supposed to figure that out for yourself. And when you do, or if you do, this is when you work with the Rebbe, someone like myself, and we work to try to help you understand yourself. And that path, which is unique to you, is just what that is. Just today, I had a call from a rabbi from one of the Haredi, towns on the east, asking me, what are the secrets of the ascent? And I said to him, well, there's a whole long path to it, but it's nothing I can describe to you in a phone call. Just like it says in the law, Tractate Hagigah, right, second chapter, we talk about this all the time, that the secrets of what we call Ma'aseh Merkava can only be taught one-on-one, and then only to one who actually has what they call understands Reshe Prakim, or what we would say has already a psychic or an intuitive insight within themselves to recognize things. The real psychic ascent, a la Hechalot literature, that which we see portrayed with Enoch, with Rabbi Yishmael, with Rabbi Akiva, the meetings with Metatron, the likes which we covered in our books, the Hanoch books. Some of those classes are on our YouTube channel. And of course, the courses are available for those who want to listen in. But that type of ascent, and this is something we're discussing right now in our mind expansion meditation course, which is for our private KosherTorah School students. If you're interested in these learnings, come join our school. That's why we're here, for you. But anyway, that is something else. But it all begins with Kiddusha, ladders, rungs on the ladder. Like I told the rabbi today, You got to start at the first step. The first step is getting yourself calibrated. The first step of Kiddusha is fulfilling Shviti Hashem L'negdi Tamid, seeing the holiness of God in everything, everywhere. Again today, we went to Walmart to do the shopping and came up to $101 and actually 37 cents. So I said to Ellie, I said, Hebel Michael. She goes, what? I go, Michael, Gematria 101. Oh, she was surprised. She said, no. I said, this is what I tell her and I tell you. Every number has a meaning. Boom, boom, boom. Your mind has to be quick, like in the martial arts, to always make the connection. Always see it. Well, I don't have that, you might say. Cultivate it. The other day, I went to a gym in a place which I'm not going to mention. And, it's one of these fancy hoity-toity places. Everybody's got money and all this crap. So I wanted to just do a regular good old bench press. No free weights. All they had was a Smith bench. So I said, fine, I'll use the Smith bench. So I'm there, sitting there benching, doing my stuff. And, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Smith bench. It has the bar which you roll in and out to put into its place. So roll the bar out, doing my sets. I'm trying to roll it back and it's rusted solid. I'm sitting there holding 185 pounds. I can't get the stupid thing down. I can't twist the bar in. Long story short, I got the bar in and everything else. And I tried the people. I said, why do you have faulty equipment? I said, it's dangerous. But you see, even in this, Hashem is there. So when I'm sitting there holding up weights, I go, okay, Ribono Shalom, I can do this. And I did it. Malo kol haaretz kevodo. God's glory is found everywhere. Shaviti Hashem, L'negdi Tamid, I place God in everything. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter what. Again, whether you're in the gym, or whether you're playing with the spider, or whether you're in Walmart, or whether you're talking to the mailman. All the examples I give you, this is not just idle chatter. This is the foundation of what we need to learn now. Because I'm going to now focus to you the Tikkun HaNefesh, as we call it, the Kavanot of the Merkava. We began and I outlined to you the basic system from the Ben Ish Hai, who brings it down from the Ariel. I showed to you how it's from the Siddur Rashash. We have a little time. I'll go over that with you. But the point of it all is all these things. Yeah, you could easily memorize the name of Hashem. You could memorize it with all the different vowels. And you could put them into your right brain and the left brain and the nose and the ears and the eyes and all the rest. Blah, 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 blah. And you want to know something? You can build a car from scratch. You can build a motor. You can put it all together. But if you're missing the gasoline in the tank, that car's not going to work. It's the same thing. You can do all the Kavanot. You can observe a Haredi, ultra-Orthodox, Torah-observant life with all of the Kabbalah, with all the depth. And if you don't have the essence within you, you don't have the real passion, the real essence, the higher essence, then you're not going to really go anywhere. And ultimately, in the words of the Ariel, you're going to have to reincarnate to come back and get it correct. There's a very famous story told about Rabbi Yehuda Fatiyah. Rabbi Yehuda Fatiyah, of course, is one of the great Mikubalim of the last century, who pretty much might have been responsible for stopping Rommel's army in North Africa, the whole story of the real circle of fire. The guy who knew his stuff. This was a Kabbalist of great, profound insight and power. He's, of course, the author of the Ruchot Misaperot, which is the story of the spirits speak, in which he spoke all the times with disembodied spirits and revealed to him a lot of secrets of the other world. Well, he himself claims that in a previous life he was a great halachic authority by the name of Rabbi Yehuda Landau, who is the author of a very famous set of halachic works called the Noda B'Yehuda. And Rabbi Landau was renowned as a very anti-Kabbalistic rabbi. And Rabbi Yehuda Fatia says that that was his past life, and that he came back in this life specifically to rectify not studying Kabbalah. Right, wrong, true, false? I can tell you that's what he said. And it makes sense. Because each and every one of us needs to make contact. Now, this is a point that I, again, am discussing in my Mind Expansion Meditation course for our private students. But I'll share with you just a little insight here. When we deal with the intellect, which is how we're communicating right now, we're dealing with ideas and concepts that we know and understand. I don't think that requires much commentary. I think you get that. But when we start going into that higher realm, we could call that in Kabbalah Atzilut, the realm that corresponds to the domain of real and true Kabbalah. This is the realm of the psychic. This is the realm of the intuitive. This is the realm beyond mind. When we speak of the levels of soul, that which corresponds to our intellect is called the neshama. The neshama soul is the thinking soul. But this level of Kabbalah, which is the intuitive soul, we call that the chaya. The Ariel teaches it's not inside us. It's actually surrounding us, what he calls as a makif. A makif is a surrounding soul. What that means pretty much is it's not in your head. It surrounds you. So it's outside you. And as such, it is a completely different reality from that which you will expect. That is why all real intuitive and psychic communication, telepathic communication, is in the form of pictures and images, which impose upon us a deep sense of knowing and understanding, as opposed to just verbal communication. That, or this, is the real way of learning these types of things. So, when we're going to do the Tikkun HaNefesh, the real Kavanot of the Merkava, yes, you can close your eyes and you can visualize the names, as we say, Mazel Tov. Fine. But it's more than that. Like we read in our previous lesson from Sharuach HaKodesh, Rabbi Chaim Vital, the author, said to us questions. How do we see the letters of the name? Are they written in black script, white script? Are they glowing? Are they solid? Are they fluid? Do they look like fire? All different kinds of things. All these different impressions, and every one is unique and different in their impression. And as such, it, the name of God, becomes a mirror and a reflection to everything going on inside you at the moment. So when we use the Merkava, we visualize the name YHWH in each of the parts of the body with the vowels of each level, and then we pay attention. So for example, if I want to use my right hand we say is chesed. So I want to look in my right hand. All right, I'm going to see the name YHWH, my palm. What do I see? How do I see the letter Yod? What does it look like? How about the letter Hey? Maybe the letter Vav. Maybe again the letter Hey. Do I see it in my arm? Like Yud, K, Vav, K. Do I see it in my hand? Yud, K, Vav, K. How do I see it? My way is different from your way. So for me to give you any answer of what I see is irrelevant. But I'm giving you examples so that you can consider this for yourselves. How you can do it. Do it with the left arm, do it with the left arm. You want to look in inside your head? All right? With the right brain, the left brain, close your eyes. Visualize as if you could look inside your head. See what you see. So in this respect, you take the time, you learn how to cultivate what we refer to in Jungian psychology as active imagination, using the power of your mind to project. Let your mind go, see inside yourself what you want to see. See the YHWH in the right brain, the left brain. There are different ways to see it in the nostrils, in the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth. We've discussed some of this in the past, and we'll go into it again shortly. Right arm, left arm, torso. As you see or don't see the name of Hashem, sit there and have an inner dialogue with yourself, or for that matter, with the name itself, and say, why do I see what I am seeing? So let's say, for example, I'm using my hand now, and I'm looking at the name YHWH in my hand. So fine. Let's just make believe here. YHWH. How do I see it? How do I see the Yud? Maybe the Yud is big compared to the Hey. Remember, the Yud's supposed to be small. I'm seeing a very big Yud. Why? Well, I can go in and analyze my own self, but I don't want to waste our time here on camera. I see the letter Hey, I could see a Vav, I could see a Hey. And I look, and I say, what shape is it? What does this mean to me? And I'll take the time to consider it. Even when I'm sitting here talking to you on camera. Yeah, in my imagination, just for a split second, I see something. Boom, there it is. What do you know? What does it really mean? Now, I got experience. I've been doing this stuff for over 30 years. I can sit down with my eyes open, my eyes closed, and I can just channel out and tell you what's going on in my heart, in my mind. I can tell you my feelings, my thoughts, and blah, 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 blah. My point in doing that would only be to show you how it can be done. But I don't think that's necessary because I just told you what you need to do. You don't need me to give you an example or experience of it. The only experiences you need is figure out the symbolic meanings of the money you spend next time you go out and buy some stuff. Figure out the numbers. Look for holiness. Look for meaning. Look for purpose in everything, everywhere. And if you do, Malokala Aretz Kavodo, you will find it. It is vital in this day and age that we surround ourselves in holiness. That was me about to say something, stopping myself from saying it, but now I'm going to say it. I feel as if that there is a conspiracy in the world. Well, not to have a one world government or any other things. Who cares? I don't care about if there's one world government or no world government. What difference does it make? All right? I'm not worried about Army Los or the Antichrist or this one or that one. Who cares? My concern, I believe there is a conspiracy to keep us psychically illiterate. We have such a focus on externalities that when you start talking about internal realities, in our Western world, people kind of think you're nuts. Go to India, China. Go to the old school cultures. Some will say, they're superstitious. But maybe they know some things that we don't. Heard of course, parapsychological studies, parapsychological research, psychotronics and the like. Well, the Russians, they dismissed a lot of this anti-psychic prejudice decades before we did in the West. And their psychotronic psychic discoveries are decades ahead of the West because they have made the investment and they shed all of their prejudices. If you want this system to work for you, you too have to shed your prejudices and recognize that when you're imagining the name YHWH, it's not just something popping up out of your mind and it's imagination and it's a rational world and it really doesn't mean anything and it's all in your head. No, it's real. When you connect to the name YHWH. You're going out of your neshama, out of his brain, into that. Yes, it is an aura, a makif of consciousness, which transcends space. It transcends time, and as such is able to connect at the speed of thought to any place, any time, anywhere, with anyone. And therefore, when you open yourself up through, again, this active imagination structure, you find that you will connect to things outside of yourself. Carl Jung discovered this. This is why he was able to recognize there is something which he called a collective unconscious. He even referred to it later as an absolute, right, consciousness. We are all part of a greater whole, whether it be the little spider, the doggy, or anyone else. And as such, this is the yichud, the unity we need to learn. So when we focus on the name Yud K Vav K, anywhere, everywhere, we are seeking to experience our own essence of yichud and unity. There's a lot of stuff that gets in the way. You call it your subconscious content. Kabbalah, we call it your klipot. That's what pops up. So when you're looking at the name, be in your head, your heart, or wherever, and there's something not clear there, that is indicative of this problem. Now, this active imagination in which you're interacting with the name YHWH, yeah, that's a psychology term, active imagination. But Ariel taught this, 800 years ago. Sefer Cheshek, about how to interact with the name. I've discussed that in Ariel and other classes. So this is nothing new. This is the old ways. And this is how we cultivate connection to that outer sphere of the world, which again we call Kedusha, holiness. And yeah, I think there's a conspiracy in the world to prevent us from being holy. You know, in the Kabbalah, it teaches that before Mashiach comes, we descend to the lowest depths of uncleanliness. Look around. Look around. I've taught about this in our Protection from Evil class on Wednesday nights. Everything at one time when I was growing up that was called good today is bad. And everything that when I was growing up that was called bad today is called good. It's an upside down world. We have to do something about this. No, don't go protesting, out on the streets. Don't go writing all your comments on Facebook and all the rest. No. Power of the mind. Your mind is connected to the whole greater whole. And your mind is like a ladder. Up and down. Yes, stuff can come into your head to brainwash you. But stuff can come out of your head into the collective to help cleanse the collective. This is Kedusha. You be Kadosh. Surround yourself with holiness. All right? See over my shoulder there's my Shviti. I have over my shoulder there a poster. Pick that up. It's a Walmart poster. All about inspiration, about being strong and tough. I really disagree with the fundamental attitude that says just lay back, relax, and trust in Hashem. Everybody says, oh, that's Taoist Wu Wei. No, it's not. Good Lord, do you understand Taoism? Do you understand Wu Wei at all? Wu Wei means don't mess around with the natural forces. Messing around with the natural forces means you get up when you got to get up, and you sit down when you need to sit down. Not that you just sit back and, zone out. That's messing with the forces. Sometimes you got to be active. Sometimes you got to be tough. Sometimes you got to, whatever. How do you know the difference? When you're in that greater collective, in the makif of Atzilut, and you'll know. How do you get there? Tikkun HaNefesh. Alrighty. I've given you, hopefully, enough of an intro. Let's go into the book. On page 350 of Walking in the Fire. Walking in the Fire is available, of course, at Amazon.com. And for those who want the Shvitis, you'll see I have the big poster size Shvitis readily available now For those who want to make a donation to our school, go online. You'll see all the information there. I'm even willing to give a bracha with an autograph for those who are interested in that. Again, go online, see it's all on our KosherTorah.com homepage. It's my emails. You should be on our email list because that's where I send out all my information. What am I doing now? I'm sending out stuff on what's going on in the weekly Torah portion, which stuff a whole bunch of stuff is going out in the emails every day. So you might want to get on that list. I don't post everything on Facebook, certainly not on YouTube. Our Patreon page is for those people who want to keep in touch with stuff. Minimum $5 a month. I mean, you keep up with stuff. So yeah, it's all there for you. Just you got to take advantage of it. Holiness, holiness. So the Tikkun HaNefesh, page 350. If you might remember from our previous class, I showed you how in a prayer book, this is from the old prayer book, it's called Beit David B'Shlomo, which was published by Bakal. Oh, I remember good old Mr. Bakal. Rehov Tach, he used to have his little stories to go in there. He used to publish all the original old school Kabbalah books, Avraham Hamawi's books, Niflat Ma'asechet, Devek Me'ach, Ebiyah Hedut, and all the old juicy stuff. Those books are still available. Rav Hamawi's books are available. I don't know if the Bakals are I haven't seen a Bakal Siddur in years. But anyway, that was the original Hebrew. And I translate. So let's read the translation of the Tikkun HaNefesh and see how we can use this for ourselves and for others. Ribono Shel Olam, Master of the Universe, behold. Again, I'm reading from page 350. Behold, I am prepared to make my body a Merkava, which means a moving vessel for the Shekhinah, the divine presence. What is the divine presence? Originally, historically, biblically, there was something called the Kavod, which is an actual personified energy force that was present in the Beit HaMikdash, in the Holy Temple on the Ark of the Covenant. That was a personified force of life itself. But we understand that within every subatomic particle, there is somehow, somewhere, something that tells it what it is and what to do. That's the indwelling information, knowledge, force of God. That's the Shekhinah. What we're trying to do is align all of nature to be in a proper harmonic alignment so that everything flows in its proper form. That's what it means for the sake of making ourselves a vessel for the Shekhinah, that we become the conduit to accomplish that act. To unite the Holy One, blessed be He, and the Shekhinah, which we say is the union of Yud-Kei, Vav-Kei, and Adonai, meaning the higher invisible realm and the forces therein with this lower physical realm and our forces herein. We want everything to be in a proper flow. We call that in the original Kabbalah Du Partzufim, the visible versus the invisible worlds. In Zohar Kabbalah, they refer to this as the white fire on the black fire. The symbol, the secret of the two worlds, which is why on the head tefillin, you have a 3-pronged shin on one side and a 4-pronged shin on the other. They come together as the 7, which is the symbol of the merging of the two worlds. So that's a symbol, but this is what our intent is. Now again, don't think of this intent in some theoretical way. Apply it in practice in your everyday life. We are here to, it says here, in love and awe, to unite the letters Yud-Kei with Vav-Kei in a perfect union in the name of all Israel. Remember who Israel is. Israel is not just Jews. Israel is a level of consciousness which permeates all sentient beings everywhere in the universe. So therefore, those who acquire what we can call Yisrael consciousness, we call it that. That's at this Atzilutic realm, if you will. That's why Jacob fought the angel, coming Parsha, and he was able to accomplish victory because he brought down the heavenly planes to the earth and became its master, just merging all. He became the one who fought and struggled with God and could win. He became the prince, son of the king. This is the secret of Yisrael. So therefore, wherever you have sentient conscious beings at that level, they are Yisrael. So if we're going to, patch into the USS Enterprise and talk to Scotty and have him beam us up to the Enterprise, and we go flying off at warp speed in outer space, and we go to this planet or that planet, don't be surprised if we meet on those foreign worlds beings of a certain level of consciousness who are Yisrael consciousness. They have to be there. Because in every single race of sentient beings, I don't care if they're octopus unicorns, doesn't matter. There will always be sentient beings at this level. And they will understand the secret of Havaya, YHWH, even though they refer to it and express it in that form which is unique to their own experience. But this is our experience. Okay, try now. I'm going to read to you from page 350 in the book. If you have the book and you wish to follow along, fine. If not, try to visualize this as we go along. I'm going to try to go nice and slow. I've been told that I go too fast in class, so I'm going to try to slow down a wee bit here. But the point is not how fast or slow I'm going. The point is you trying to visualize. Don't intellectualize. Visualize what I'm saying. Behold, within my body, there are 3 places, general YHWH. We call the name Havaya. So, my 2 eyes are 2 Yuds. My Vav is my nose. 2 Yuds and the Vav is 26. This is the first general YHWH. Try to visualize that for a moment. My head is a Yud. My body is a Vav. And my 2 hands are 2 Heys. Again, the second Havaya. Take a quick moment. Try to visualize that. The tip of my male organ is the Yud. The shaft itself is the Vav. And my 2 feet are 2 Heys. Again, a third Havaya. Ladies, you can just visualize that within the context of your own anatomy. It's pretty much the same thing. Essentially, what this is trying to say to us is that these symbolic expressions should help us elevate ourselves. Our eyes are holy. Why do you allow your eyes to see things that bring horrible imageries into your mind, which will only come back and haunt you as nightmares? Didn't mention the ears, but your ears are sacred. Why do you allow yourself to hear things which are only going to drag you down? Sanctifying ourselves means to limit our exposure to only those things which are healthy for us. We know that and understand it with regards to diet. You're not supposed to eat a whole bunch of garbage and junk. It's bad for you. You end up killing yourself. Well, it's the same thing with the junk that we allow in our eyes and ears. If your mind or heart is not strong, then exposure to these things can be deadly. Look at our world today and how many people have been brainwashed by everything that they see and hear, everything that they are being shown and told. Think about it. Now for specifics. My skull is a throne, a chariot, a Merkava, for the name of YHWH with the vowels kamats. Take a moment. Try to experience it. My right brain is a Merkava for Chochmah, the name YHWH with the vowels of Patach. Again, take a moment. Try to experience it. My left brain is a Merkava for Bina. The vowels there, Tsare. Again, take a quick moment. Try to experience it. My right arm is a Merkava again for Chesed. Havaya, completely with the name Segol. My left arm is a Merkava for Gevura. The Havaya there, Yud-Kevavke, with the name Shva. With the vowels Shva, excuse me. My torso, heart, Merkava for Tiferet. Name Yud-Kevavke there, completely with Cholam, the O's. My right leg, a Merkava for Netzach, the vowels Chirik, single dot on the letters. The left leg, the Merkava for Havaya, the vowels Kubutz, 3 diagonal dots. My covenant, my organ, Merkava for Yesod, the vowel Shavuk, it's the vav in the middle with the dot. And the crown of the vav of my organ, which it says here's the tip of both the male or female organ there, the Merkava Malchut, without vowels. That's the tikkun in English, real simple. As you visualize the name in each and every part of your physical body, you will or will not see something there. If you ever want to do Kabbalistic healing, you can actually take the name and project it through an act of mind. Remember, when you're in that visualization projection field, you're connecting at the speed of thought to all other minds everywhere. Visualize the name Yud-Kevavke on an organ or an element within yourself. Experience it, and you can intuit health or illness in yourself. And just so, you can project the name Yud-Kevavke without any specific vowels, or if you need to, in a specific place upon another individual's body with the appropriate vowels, and use this as energy healing. So, one of my top students is an energy healer in Paris. I work with him all the time, and I asked him, Simon, can you do energy healing from a distance? But of course, it does a very similar technique to what I'm sharing with you right now. When we talk about praying for someone or wanting healing, this is what we do. So, if Reuven, Shimon, or Levi, or Sarah, Rivka, or Leah were to call me up and say, Rabbi, can I have a bracha for healing? What's the problem? I have a problem with this or that. What I do, what you can do, visualize the name Yud-Kevavke, visualize as if the individual is right there, place the name Yud-Kevavke upon them, and let's say, for example, as you're visualizing the individual, you can see a black spot in this place. Then, in your mind, visualize the name Yud-Kevavke like fire, like a laser beam, burning away that darkness within that individual, cleansing it, healing it, bringing to them life and rejuvenation and strength and vitality. This is not make-believe going on in your head. You are actually projecting psychic energy and actually performing this function. This is what we call in Hebrew, and it's the true meaning of a bracha, a blessing. Whenever we bless someone, we bless them in the name of Yud-Kevavke. But this is how we do it. We don't just say, oh, may God bless you, and just words. It's an actual projection of energy. So, the technique of the Merkava can be done as a general, to go into all the different body parts, or something specific. So, if and when you yourself have any kind of a medical issue, obviously, hopefully I will never have to, say or prove to say, you go to your doctor. If a doctor says that you need some specific types of a medication for physical, emotional, or mental ailments, you follow the rules of your doctor. Remember, the physiology of the human body is still the physiology of the human body. But with that being said, the psychic power of this makif soul of ours can literally change our physical reality like reprogramming a system on a computer. And there are documented miraculous cures of people. I was reading a book recently about a documented case of healing where in which an individual had severed nerves, complete paralysis. The nerves are severed. When healing was there almost instantaneous, and the nerves reconnected. How does that happen? Well, there is no logical explanation for it because it's not logical. It's above. These things are documented. You go Google search like actual authentic bona fide healings. These things do happen. And they're not, excuse me, mystical or magical, but they are psychic. And you have that power. So if there really is a conspiracy out there to keep us from being psychic, well, thwart the conspiracy. Learn to be psychic. Again, that's everything that we teach here at our KosherTorah School. You use the name YHWH as an actual laser beam or fire of energy. And you could sit there in your own private time and you could visualize the name YHWH and use it as a flashlight, digging into your own inner mind. Okay, where do I need to go inside myself to find some place where I am not properly calibrated with holiness or I have an issue? All right? We've been doing this stuff for 30 years, like I said. You shine that little flashlight inside your mind and you go, oh, I have this feeling, or I have this thought, or I have this action. And you look at it, you analyze it, you understand it. You shine the light of Hashem, which will give you an intuition of what it really means and what you need to do about it. Real intuition that comes from Hashem, right? I'll quote to you one of the great Kabbalists, Master Yoda himself, is in calmness, without fear, without aggression. It is in a state of complete shalom, which is balance and harmony. You look inside yourself and you go, ah, look at that. You can look into your physical body. You can actually use this technique, believe it or not, to help you do small things like lose weight. How? Visualize the name of YHWH burning fat. Then don't go out and like have a milkshake and and 1,000 calories. But visualize the name taking away from you the desire from all the unhealthy stuff and to speed up your metabolism for the sake of health. It does work. Visualize the name of YHWH if you have any kind of a problem. Going into the problem and making it healed better. Some people who have done this and have been taught this have actually, I know one case, a doctor, a friend of mine actually from Muncie, New York, told me that he himself had diagnosed a specific individual with terminal cancer. Person had weeks to live. Person refused to accept the condition, went to a certain mikubal in Jerusalem, came back and the cancer was gone. If I didn't hear that from the doctor himself who performed the examination, I might say it was one of those stories, wink, wink. But this was real. This is the power of the name of YHWH. The power of Hashem's name can transform everything in ourselves and in others. This is why we put those shavitis on the wall. This is why I make them available for you. This is what it's all about, healing. This then is that Rashash visualization. It's rather technical. The Rashash pretty much just said here everything that we just talked about. only he adds visualizations for the ears, the nose, and the mouth. That's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty much just what we said. So you see, follow the great KISS rule. Keep it simple and straightforward. You don't need to make things complex. Whereas at the same time, you do need to be honest with yourself, to deal with your own klipot, to mitaken, rectify these things within our behaviors, our emotions, and our thoughts. Asiyah, Yetzirah, Beriah, the three worlds. The name YHWH, remember, is a code. It is the comprehensive code of the universe. That's why it is the image of the divine presence within everything. We have access to that power. My gosh, I can't consider or think of a greater averah, sin, than to not use that power. Theoretically, the great holy Mikubalim have used this power to do amazing things. And I believe that that power for amazing things is not a gift. I think every one of us has it. And I think it's not about building up complexities in order to reach it. I think it's breaking down complexities to simplicity in order to receive it. I'm still in my process of becoming more and more simple. I try. But sometimes life is complex, but we work on it. Simplicity, quiet, calm, peace with Hashem and everything around you. Look for the name of Hashem. That's why, again, I can't tell you important enough. We started talking about the Shriti. We'll continue with other stuff. We have much more to discuss here in Walking in the Fire. I'm kind of running out of time now. But I want you to practice this Kavanot of the Merkava. I want you to practice healing yourselves and even try to heal others. Why not? Don't think you can't do this. You can. Your own doubt. The Hebrew word for doubt is safek. It's the same gematria, numerical value of Amalek. Amalek is considered the arch enemy of God. Amalek is the one that wants to put the division, the damper down between Atzilutic intuition and Beriatic intellect. Separate the two. Because without Atzilutic intuition, anything and everything can make sense. Like genocide and turning good into evil and evil into good. This is where we're at right now. And if we want to bring Geulah, redemption to the world, turn back to the Word. And the Word of Hashem is God's name, YHWH. So, on that note, I'll conclude. There's one last thing that I'll mention in a couple of minutes I have left here. For those who are interested, you might have heard of a very famous Kabbalistic prayer called Petach Eliyahu, the famous prayer of the prophet Eliyahu from the Tikkun Zohar. Here's the translation on page 376 in the book. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning that now is because part of the prayer is like this. It speaks of the 10 Sefirot, and it says this is their order. Hesed is the right arm, Gevurah is the left arm, Tiferet is the torso, Netzach and Hod are the two legs, Yesod is at the end of the body, it is the sign of the Holy Covenant, Malchut is the mouth. We refer to her as the oral Torah. Chokhmah is the brain, which is inner contemplation. Bina is the heart. That says the heart understands. So you see, even in words of prayer, we reinforce these ideas, these concepts, these images, and then we use them. Trust Hashem to guide you. Trust Hashem to show you your inner truth. Follow it and become part of the cure for our very, very sick world. That's it for tonight. I'm Ariel Tzadok of the KosherTorah School, thanking you all for being here. Come join us, become part of our school, take our courses, come learn, come see what we have to offer you. I hope, again, that we can be of service to one another. God's blessings. See you all in our next class. Shalom.